Hi there, I go by the name of the Celtic Storyteller, and welcome to this pick a card reading, which is intended to connect with your soul purpose and bring you messages that your soul wants to listen to. Now, I'm going to use the Egyptian Tarot and the Heaven and Earth Tarot, and I'm going to use the Rune Stones to pick a rune so that you can pick your card. Now, I just put up an introduction video the other day, and in that I shared with you a magazine that I used to get weekly when I was a child, and it was called Misty Magazine. This is the first rune. And in that there was lots of stories about, strange occurrences and ghosts and magic. And one of the stories that it contained was this story called The Cult of the Cat. Look, those look very similar. And this was about a cult of people who were controlled by, I think, Egyptian cat people or something. I loved it anyway. This was brilliant. So, and we have a P. And I suppose that's kind of inspired me to go back and to take out some of my Egyptian symbols and do this sort of Egyptian themed reading with our Irishy, Celtic-y type of runes to give us our pick a card to start with. And I also have this kind of circle for lights here to protect us because this is a soul reading. And I just feel that, we might get some deep messages today, and we want to know that we are always safe when we talk to ourselves, when we ask our soul questions. And that's what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to ask the questions that your soul needs to hear the answers to right now. We'll just kind of delve in and see what happens, see what comes out, okay? So these are your 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So if you want to decide which rune you're going to go with, you just have a think about it there, and I'll start off obviously with group number 1, and so this is going to be group number 1 or pile number 1, number 2, and number 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. All right. Hi there, and welcome to everybody who picked group number 1. This is the Ash. So here's your rune, and here is the card for Ash. I'll just read this out for you quickly. Meaning, everything you encounter has a message for you. Learn from your environment. You're being called to acknowledge a powerful lesson. Be prepared to let go of your preconceptions. So I'm just going to leave this there for you. And I'm going to start off with the Egyptian Tarot. Okay, so what messages does your soul want to listen to? What's it trying to communicate to you? So what's trying to be released? We have the 9 of Cups. This is wishes fulfilled, wishes coming true. I mean, your soul always just wants your happiness. Your soul will always have your best interests at heart. And we have the Queen of Swords. And the next one I feel that wants to come out is, I think it's this one here. Okay, and the 10 of Swords. Okay, which is letting go, something coming to an end. So I think what your soul is trying to speak to you about is, finding your happiness, finding your 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is, happiness, getting everything that you want, your wishes coming true. And maybe in order for this to happen, you need to look at the truth of something. Maybe you need to cut away something that isn't serving you here with this Queen of Swords. There's something that you need to be very strict about, maybe in your own life. With the 10 of Swords, this is, when it's darkest before the dawn. And the image of this card was coming to me the other day as well, actually. And that was all that I could think about. I mean, sometimes this card means betrayal and stuff, but all that was coming to me was, the bright chink of light that you see in the Rider-Waite-Smith card which is that it's darkest before the dawn. And sometimes, you need to be at your lowest, maybe, in order to help you to get rid of something that really isn't working for you and that has been making you sad. And it's that point when you are really, really ready to let go. So, I'm just, keep the faith and keep being strong about whatever it is you need to let go, because this is where you're going to find your happiness. And we always have things in life, I think, that make us feel a bit down, hardships, things that are hard to get through. And, this is really, I think, a cleaning away of that in order to find your happiness, and an acknowledgement that there is always things that you're going to need to clear away. And sometimes it's more than one thing that you need to clear away. But if you can stay strong, you'll be able, this will happen for you. Again, everything you encounter has a message for you, and you need to learn from your environment. So the hardships that have come your way, there's probably a lesson in there for you to learn about them. Now let's just pull a few more cards now from the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Wow, look at that. There's the it's the Ten of Wands. So 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, I'm just going to leave that there. The 10 of Wands is burdens, and when you've kind of got so much on your plate, and a lot of it kind of been good stuff, and things that you've worked on, maybe even creative ideas, could be to do with work as well. But it's got to be too much, and you need to let some things go. And it's like, I always think of, this is up sticks and walk away. So you just take with you what you need and walk on to something better and start again. It's kind of, can be a bit of a clearing of the houses as well, so to clear out what you don't need and get on with it, with what you do need, because you probably have an awful lot that's good and that's going well for you. So I think that's nice, a nice message in, on top of the 10 of Swords is, look, you've got an awful lot that's going well for you as well. Okay, and oh my God, what did I just say? Clearing of the houses. So the 7 of Pentacles is that real time when you take a step back and you look at what you have been working on, what you have been growing, and you sort of clear away the weeds. It's time to look at what is working for you and what's not working for you. All the same messages coming out here so far. So anything else? What else we need to know? I'm going to take out a few now. Oh, the beautiful Queen of Pentacles, so that's working on your environment and looking after the things that you love and just being, a source of comfort and security. Oh, wow. And you've got Temperance as well. Beautiful. So this is your path to enlightenment. Temperance is when you've found balance between your heart and soul. You're grounded, but you're in tune with your emotions as well. And this can lead you to enlightenment, which you'll see is the little crown there in the mountains beyond, and also, there could be somebody watching over you, so this is, I'm getting a lot of light here. Don't you see that? So when you put this work in, you see this light and this hope, this, illumination and understanding, because the crowns of light are around these women's heads here. So yeah, there's really a bright future. So there's a lot your soul wants you to, maybe work through, have a think about, and then come to this place where you feel grounded and loved, secure, which in giving security to others, you're creating this secure surrounding, this secure home for yourself and others, and this loving angel here of Temperance watching over the proceedings and watching over you as you grow and learn from the experiences you had and from what you're taking with you. Now let's just get more on this for you. I think this one here. And we have, look, this is 3 cards where you have, women with these halos, this light around their head, and this is the High Priestess, which is a wonderful card to get when you're talking about soul growth. So this is indicating that you are really intuitive, maybe you have sort of psychic feelings, you're very in tune with other people and with yourself, and this is really definitely attainable for you. In fact, I would say that you're probably already quite in touch with your soul and, maybe your soul purpose and what you want out of this life. And I would say that is to give to others, to bring a calmness to others. You might be somebody who reads tarot cards yourself, or, has in some way brings light into other people's lives, very intuitive, or maybe understands what people need or what people are thinking. And, maybe some of you, yeah, I'm going to say it. Maybe some of you see angels or feel that you have angels surrounding you, or you feel that there are, it depends on what you believe in. I mean, we all have a sort of a different idea of the magic in this world. And, I would say there's definitely, and, this is, I know you could really read cards anyway, but we have a very strong feminine presence here with these three feminine, this is the Queen of Pentacles is probably one of my favourite queens in the deck. Temperance here is depicted as a female in these cards, and you have the High Priestess. So, Maiden Mother Crone as well. You might have gathered an awful lot of experience in your life when you feel that you can see things from the point of view of, you've kind of got over those issues and things that you might have gone through as a child, and as you matured, and you have this wisdom that you can bring to any situation, that you can help other people with. I absolutely love these three cards together. So I think your soul wishes to be in service to other people, and I think you're extremely well placed to do this. All that is required is a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of cleaning up of things that you're ready to let go. And I think you're absolutely at this point in your life and, in your journey now, that you can clear away things that have maybe been holding you back. And they were there in order to help you understand other people who go through the same things. So beautiful teacher, I think, many of you might be, teachers, philosophers, psychiatrists, not psychiatrists, but, kind of coaching, soul coaching, emotional coaches. Now, I'm just going to get a few more cards for you. And we have the moon, which is, I love this moon coming out here. It's really reflected in the theme that I have going here with the, because in this card you have the black and white. And this is really, maybe tackling some of the fears that are within our soul and within our subconscious mostly. You really have to let any negative thoughts drop away in order to understand maybe things that are coming to you in your dreams, thoughts that are bubbling up from your subconscious. Requires a very clear mind. The High Priestess deals with that as well, where you really have to have a balanced approach before you investigate your own subconscious or get into other people's subconscious to try and help them. So, have no fear about clearing away things that don't have any meaning for you anymore. I think this one. We have another 10. So you have 3 of the 10s in the deck. 10 of Wands. This is the same one here. So, talk about repeating messages. This is really reiterating, endings, but having an awful lot to bring with you in these endings. It's not an ending where, you've nothing to show for your work, because the 10 of Wands really is taking everything of use with you as you move on. And, 10 of Swords is moving on. Darkest before the dawn, the things that are worrying you, be ready to release them. Be ready to recognize exactly what they are. When you're thinking about your dreams at night, if you're having a lot of dreams at night and a lot of things are coming up, be ready to understand, because some of our dreams are just rubbish and there are fears. But there can be a lot of good signs in there as well as to what can, make our hearts sing, what we want, what's good for us. And you have a lot already in your life that's good for you and that's going well for you. A lot of talents, because wands can be inspiration and stuff. So you have an awful lot of talent to bring forward with you. I'm just going to get one more card now. That'll be it. I'm really loving your messages today. I think this one here. And the 6 of Swords. So again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, because the 6 of Swords is moving away from troubled waters, leaving behind what's not necessary. You may have some regrets, but you need to take this journey of healing away from what wasn't working for you. And this can be very, you see the water here, this can be very sort of almost a spiritual meditation, where this journey you're taking is in your mind as you wander from what wasn't serving you towards what is serving you. So all of this is all, I think, an extremely important part of your soul's opening and awakening to what you are so capable of doing and what you really want to do. Three wise women, wisdom, healing, intuition, I would say speckles of magic here within you. If you've chosen this group, I think there's something very special about you. From a healing point of view, from an intuitive point of view, you may have a little bit of a open door to something of the other worlds, something of magic that not everybody has. Very, very loving nature, very, very supportive of the community around you, your family, your community. Absolutely beautiful, and this is what awaits you. This is what your soul wants you to jump into, and wants you to learn. And that everything that you've been through is okay. Queen of Swords, remember, just be strong. You have a lot to bring with you, and this is what lies ahead of you. So I think that's just a beautiful reading. So group number 1, I hope you love that, because I love it. I absolutely love it. If I was choosing this reading, I think I'd go for number 1, even though I haven't read the other 2 yet. I absolutely love this. So look, that's all I have for your soul reading. I really hope this has helped you in some way. I'm wishing you and your loved ones peace and good health. So slán go fóill, which is bye for now in Irish, and I'm wishing you all the best. Hi there, and welcome to everybody who picked group number 2, which is the Elder. So this is your Rune Stone, and I'm just going to read out your card for you now. You are being shown an opportunity to connect to the limitless abundance of the universe. Wealth and prosperity flow into your life. Share your resources with others and be open to receive rich blessings. It's lovely. Now, okay, so I'm going to start off with our Egyptian tarot. And then I'm going to pull some Heaven and Earth and then some Egyptian tarot as well. Group number 1 got such an amazing message. Wow. Okay, so let's hope now that you get what you need to hear. There we go. Okay, and we have the 5 of Wands. So some conflict. Petty conflict, petty arguments. And we have the 10 of Cups. Oh, beautiful happiness. This is your kind of wishes come true. One more. I think this one here wants to come out. And we have the Hanged Man, 12. Okay, now, so your soul messages, I'm getting that there's been a lot of challenges, disappointments, arguments, competition, all of them quite small in the large scale of things, but all important and draining to you at the time. However, this has just brought you on your way to happiness, to getting exactly what you need, what your heart needs, and to have all your emotions fulfilled. So this is 10 of Cups. This can often mean, happiness in families and marriage and stuff like that. But from a soul point of view, this is really having all the cups of desires of your soul, your reason for being here being fulfilled. And we have the Hanged Man. So it's like, again, especially in this card, the Hanged Man is really depicted as sacrifice. But it's slowing down and taking a different look at things, having a look at things from a different perspective in order to be illuminated, to find what it is that that will make you happy. So I feel that this is really within your reach, but it's not easily won. So, your happiness isn't easily won. And while this is what your soul wants and what your soul is going to get, I think that you are learning lessons along the way, and that your path isn't completely clear, and that you may feel that you've had to let things go and sacrifice things in order to find this happiness. And a lot of this, you may find that while this sounds, oh, you have to make sacrifices, from this point of view, this is, quite kind of petty and maybe being upset about the sacrifices. When you get to this point, you realise all of those sacrifices were worthwhile. In fact, this is what you actually wanted to do. Maybe there are things that you want to let go. Maybe we just want to let go. There's sort of petty disputes and we say aggro in Irish or in Ireland, which is arguments. We call it aggro. Just that bit of petty aggro. Because and you want to let this go, because in letting it go, you are allowed to see things the way your soul sees things. Maybe you're just being surrounded at the moment, or there's people in your life at the moment that kind of they could drain you a bit because they don't see things the way you do. They don't find their happiness the same way that you find happiness. So it is okay to maybe let go that little bit of aggro, that little bit of disputes, and to do things your way. I'm not saying release everybody from your life that doesn't agree with you. It's not that kind of thing. We're going to get a bit more information on that now, but that's really, I think, where we're going with this and the initial message that I'm getting. All right, now let's see what else we get here for you. Okay, I think this card wants to come out. Knight of Pentacles, yeah, that's the slow-moving knight. Very calm, very considered. Really has planned out future, very practical. And the Hierophant, so that can be religious, authority, connecting with a group of people that will, are like-minded, that feel the same way about the things you do, that can teach you. Okay, and we have, right, the Two of Pentacles, harmonious change. So again, yeah, I'm just going to get the fourth card now before I read all into that. And the King of Cups. Okay. So there's a good bit of male energy here with the Knight and these two guys here, the Hierophant and the King of Cups. You may also see, we have these birds, one depicted here and here and here. So these are matched to your happiness. I think this, this balance here could be related to your, your sacrifice, and the Hierophant here. This is the one with the bird that's illuminated. So remember when I was saying, I think this has got to do with the way you see things. Maybe the people around you don't see things the same. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. They don't see things the same way, and maybe there's some people and attitudes that you want to cut away. Maybe it's just that you want to cut away how you feel when they talk to you and disagree with you. So it may not necessarily be cutting them out of your lives. So, the Knight of Pentacles is very slow and practical and grounded, but he's sort of getting ready for his future. So I don't think this is a quick cutaway of everything. I think this is just maybe planting new seeds for a brighter future in the way you see things, in the way you want things to turn out. So you have your Knight of Pentacles here going towards this Hierophant. So your beliefs are, now could be religious beliefs, could be these soul beliefs, so your soul knows what it wants. But, maybe what's happening in your life isn't really supporting that now, but you're ready to move towards that. A knight always goes on a quest, and you are really ready to move towards that now. And you see the two priests here, and you have the two here. So I don't think you're going to do this alone. I think that, because a Hierophant can also represent a community of people that you unite with and feel the same way about. I think that there is definitely at least one person that you will be going forward with that will help you. So find this thing that is going to make your soul happy. And, it could be a male in your life, and not necessarily, but it's somebody very grounded, balanced about their emotions. They won't ever fly off the handle. They could be keeping a lot of their emotions suppressed, but they're very caring and considerate. They may be the type that, sort of gives to charities, works with charities, could be a poet, I'm thinking singer, I don't know why, so somebody that maybe, so maybe music or something is very relevant to you, music and dancing. And, I think this is where your soul wants to go. It wants to spend time with the people who are emotionally balanced, on a kind of a quest to find true meaning. And sorry, the lights went out there, so let me just fix that. Hold on. So sorry, don't mind me, the light switch isn't in the room, actually it's somewhere else, so other people can turn it off on me. Now I'm going to get some more cards, Egyptian Tarot, on that there. So I do think this is a quest that your soul is going on to bring more people into your life that think the same way you do, or spend time on the things that your soul wants. I don't think maybe that's where you've been at the moment, or what you've had time to surround yourself with at the moment. But this is definitely your calling to go on that quest. Okay. And we have the Star. Beautiful. So I'm sorry, you can't see that there because of the shine. The Star is all your wishes fulfilled, and it's also healing. So, again, it's very close to this 10 of Cups here. This is getting what you want and confirming that you are going to get what you want. And, maybe this kind of Hanged Man sacrifice is what helps you to heal. And you have the Tower. Okay, so again, letting go of something that wasn't working for you, maybe something that in your life which is built on foundations that were not secure. This was always going to fall apart. You probably knew this yourself. The Tower doesn't often come as a complete surprise, although it often happens quite quickly out of the blue. We know ourselves when we're building some of our beliefs, our friendships, anything within our lives. We know when we're building it on a foundation that isn't secure, that we don't believe in it, or that's the Tower comes. We say, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that," but you might have been fearful of it. Oh, do you see that? That's turned the wrong way, so we'll take that out. King of Wands. I'm going to put the king there with the King of Cups. This is, you're going to end up exactly where you want to be with the King of Cups and the King of Wands. In fact, when you've allowed your soul to go through this transition, you may be the one who's actually helping other people and who's helping to guide other people. So you may end up with maybe you and a small, one other person or another group of people, but in the end, you're going to be the leaders. Does that make sense for you? I'd love to know now if this makes sense for you. This is kind of tapping into something here, because with the Knight and with the two Kings and with the Hierophant, there is an element of leadership, even though you might start off, being the one who feels that they're lost, who feels that they have no security. But I think in the end, you're going to be the one who has it all. And we have the High Priestess. Beautiful. So, and it's how that's going to happen is probably kind of hidden from you now. You can't imagine how it could happen. But when you, the High Priestess coming up definitely in a soul reading, I think is beautiful. And, I can't say what happened in group number 1, but I'll tell you that this card did come up in group number 1 as well. So if this is really calling to you, you might want to have a look at that reading as well. Because in a soul reading, the High Priestess, I think, is showing you that you have this special intuition, that you are able to look at things and see things in a way that other people don't. So you may have some sort of, I don't know, I'm going to call it magic. You have a special gift or talent that is a little bit out of the ordinary, that other people don't have. And, you know, sometimes that separates us from other people, you know, when you can see things in a way that other people don't. And the more you reveal this to other people, the more it might shatter old relationships. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Like, only you know yourself now. But as a soul message, I think, you know, the path to anything doesn't always, you know, anything worth having, you know, the path to it can be difficult at times, but it can be worth it. You know, you have the star and you have the high priestess surrounding this tower here. There's nothing for you to be afraid of in the long run. Okay, I think one more card. Now, and you have the Three of Swords. Okay, so the Three of Swords, you know, this can mean heartache. But in your reading today, I think this is saying only you have the power sort of to pull these swords from your heart, to pull this out. It's like you're stuck and, you know, you get a pain. You know that stabbing, searing pain you get when somebody hurts you, or you just find out about something somebody's done and you're just very, very upset. That kind of heartbreak upset. You know, when people have hurt you and you're hearing they're saying things behind your back maybe, or, you know, they went off and, you know, you find out your friends went off and, you know, did something without you and they didn't bother telling you they were doing it, or they left you out. I just feel this is just, it's like you taking that pain away from yourself. You're taking the swords out again. These things will no longer upset you. They can't upset you because you're completely in control. And you found your own calm. You found your own settled emotions, and you're surrounding yourself with people who think the way you do, and they have more settled emotions, and they're not going to say things to hurt you or do things to hurt you. And this gives you much more control over your life. But there is always going to be a balance. Like I said before, I'm not saying if there are people in your life who hurt you because of what they say, I'm sure they don't mean it. If these are friends of yours, if these are people that you hang out with, they may not know the effect that their words are having on you. If they don't feel the same way as you do, this could just be a joke. So you need to bring a little bit of balance maybe, and understand that even though they may be saying things to you that hurt you, that you just have to bring a sort of a playful attitude to that. You know, see the sea in the background. It looks like the ship is about to be sucked up into the waves. But this one looks completely okay. So just change your perspective on what you're hearing, what's happening. Once you've somebody else in your life, at least one person who understands you, can make your journey a lot easier. It can calm out those troubled waters, it can smooth things over. So I think I said to you at the start, you know, you may feel sort of brought down by some things that are being said, or some petty arguments. If this is going to be, if the people who make you feel this way, or the situations that make you feel this way, you may not be able to clear them completely out of your life. And it's probably something you shouldn't do. It depends on the situation. But your happiness will depend on how you react to other people, and having the secure, you know, finding your own truths, you know, your own community of people who feel the same way will mean that, you know, anything people say can't hurt you anymore, that you have control over these, and you'll just, you know, you just learn from things that other people say. You learn to react in a different way, and, you know, you completely have the ability to do this. Here with the High Priestess coming up in the middle over the Hierophant, you definitely have the ability to control how you feel about things, and to spend time on the things that you enjoy, and to follow your soul purpose. Okay, so just remember your rune at the start, which said you're being shown an opportunity to connect to the limitless abundance of the universe. So, you know, there will be opportunities for you to meet your soul tribe, and to find the connections, and then be in control of the connections that are going to make your soul happy. Okay, well, that's all I have for your reading. I do hope that this has helped you in some way. I am wishing you and your loved ones peace and good health. So slán go fóill, which is bye for now in Irish, and I'm wishing you all the best. Hi there, and welcome to everybody who picked group number 3, which is the Ash, and I'll just read out the card for you now quickly. Appreciate the love and laughter in your life, and make time to value the ordinary things that make you happy. Live fully in the present and celebrate being alive. Lovely. Now, okay, I'm going to start off with your Egyptian tarot, and then add some heaven and earth, and then go back to the Egyptian tarot again. Okay, so soul messages, soul purpose, connecting to your soul. We have the Four of Pentacles. That's kind of stability and security. Sort of holding on to what you have, what you've worked hard for. And we have the Queen of Wands. Beautiful confidence, warmth, very powerful, generous qualities. And the last one is, we have a 1, excellent, an Ace of Chalices. So that's the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Okay. So I think your soul messages, are really pretty beautiful. You seem to be in a position where you're already, you don't need to, how can I say it? The other two groups, it was like they were coming into something good. It's like you're already there. Because the Four of Pentacles is sort of stability. It's, it's hanging on tight to what you already have and you've worked hard for, and it's kind of not moving on, so it's indicating you don't need to change much. And if you're coming up as the Queen of Wands, which is a beautiful, graceful man or woman now, so it doesn't matter whether you're a man or woman, even if it's coming up as a queen, that feminine energy is often associated with nurturing and stuff. So, but the Queen of Wands, really has, so she's charming and she's full of emotional energy. And then you have the Ace of Cups, or the Ace of Chalices here. So your cup is overflowing, your soul is overflowing with love. And I think actually this is very close to what was coming up here with your rune. So appreciate the love and laughter in your life. You already have an awful lot going for you. An awful lot is going well for you. You have an awful lot of love in your life. And you're, appearing as somebody who does have this really fiery energy. Yeah, I think I'll just say fiery energy. Okay, I'm saying fiery energy. I don't like to, in my videos, I don't like to use certain words. And I'm trying to think of another word for the word I don't want to use. I'll say passionate. This is a very passionate woman. Passion, love, stability. Okay, passion, love, stability. You have all of those. Your soul has all of those to give. There is more coming your way, and there's more that you are going to give. This kind of fiery energy can be very healing. It's more, water is healing, but the fire is more, it's like you activate people. When you're around people, you sort of, you fire them up, you activate them. And I think that helps them heal their relationships with other people as well. It's like they see you and they think, oh my gosh, I want to be like that person. I want to have that energy. I want to bring that happiness and that passion to the things that I do in life. That's where I feel, your soul has that power. You have that power to influence other people. Okay, oh my gosh. And you got the Temperance. Yes, you do. Definitely do have this power to show other people the way, to bring them enlightenment. You have this balance and, so this is earth and water. You have the balance of mind and heart. And you have this, passion and love here as well. So yeah, I think you're already like kind of like an angel to other people, you know, in that you really, when you're around them, you kind of amaze them, you take their breath away. Wow. Okay. And, you know, maybe your soul wants you to know this, if maybe you're not 100% sure that this is how you come across to other people. Yeah, the Tower. Because maybe something just hasn't gone well for you, something has fallen apart recently, and you don't see this about yourself. But the Tower is built on shaky ground, so the Tower is always going to fall. You know, it's just a matter of when. And even though the Tower is often described as being a surprise, it's the surprise that we always knew was going to happen, because deep down we always knew that what we were doing was built on something that hadn't a good foundation. So maybe, yeah, like everything else is so good in your soul message. Let's just see what the other two cards have to say. Is it the confidence that you've lacked, or have you had a blow to your confidence? Yeah, so 3 of Wands. Like sort of planning for your future. Okay, one more. And the Magician. Yeah. Okay, so if this hasn't happened already, you know, in this, you're starting from such a fantastic place. But there's ups and downs in life, you know, like the Wheel of Fortune. You know, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. And, you know, there may be, if you've had a dark night of the soul in your past, and I don't feel this like there's a big dark night of the soul coming, but it's like you've just been reminded about something that came up in your dark night of the soul that was very, very upsetting. And, you know, it's like it's dug up again. You know, it's just scratched the surface. Some wounds don't heal. But it's really, that reminder is just a message to ask you to just have a little bit of consideration and plan slightly differently, to understand that, you know, sometimes you have to wait. It's, you know, things have been going smoothly for you and you knew where your road was taking you and everything was working out fine, but you had a blip again. Either it's because of something that's come up again for you emotionally, or something that's manifested physically in your world. It could be you know, I don't know why I'm thinking this, but it could be a jealousy thing, something coming from somebody else, an energy of jealousy that has created something in your world that has thrown something in your path. But you're not alone. You've done a huge amount of background work, which means that if you are being slowed down on your journey, or in your soul journey, or, you know, where you feel you want to go, it's absolutely fine, because you've already put in all the groundwork, and within a short space of time you'll be back here again. The Magician. I mean, these are two beautiful cards to bookend this. You know, you've got Temperance and the Magician. So the begin again is going to be, you know, everything. You have everything you need already. Like I was saying, you've put in the groundwork. You know, so starting again isn't starting from scratch. And, you know, this infinite way we live in the world, where things keep being thrown in our path again and again. You know, sometimes we learn the same lesson again and again, and maybe something that has been thrown in your path again is just to help to remind you how you came through this and what strength that you do have, so that if you're getting any, you know, negative feedback from somebody else, don't forget that this is where you are, that this is who you are the Magician. You know, your soul is so strong, and you're connected to both the heavens and the earth. This is through your own understanding of who you are, what your soul wants. And I think also a connection to, I think, other beliefs. So this is going to be different for everybody. So don't forget your connection to those other beliefs, that, you know, where you believe your soul has come from. Okay, I'm going to go back to the Egyptian Tower now. I'll just get a few more cards on that. Once again, please don't mind any banging in the background. I, don't have a soundproof room. Okay. Alright, and we have another Ace of Swords. Yes, so the truth will out. The truth will set you free. Sometimes the truth might bring in a small tower moment. A small tower moment. Why can't I say that? A small tower moment. I want to say small tower moment. Okay, Knight of Swords. Yeah, so here we have again, truth is charging in. I think some little bitter pill somebody's throwing in your path. Okay, I think, no, I'll just go again. I think one here wants to come out actually. So I'm going to fan the cards for the next one. Wow, the 10 of Cups, So yeah, it just, ultimately you'll find your happiness. Ultimately you will be back in a place where you're fully happy again. And might feel like it's a small bit of a weight when things were working out so well for you. Now I think this card wants to come out. Wow, and the Empress, yes. I mean, you'll be back on top again. The Empress is sometimes considered all four queens. Again, she's somebody who, as much like the Queen of Wands, she is very attractive. She's an attractive soul person. Can really draw other people in. She's homely as well as everything else. So people feel that they're at home when they're with you, that you have this radiance, you bring everybody else into your sphere and make them safe and give them somewhere that's safe and comfortable to be in. You give them a world, you surround them with so much good energy that they feel that they're in a comfortable place. The Empress is seen to be sitting in the Garden of Eden. So it's like, your soul is that place when you share with other people what you have inside you. That's the place that you bring them to. You make other people happy and yourself happy. It is, you have that magic within you. You definitely have something special. The Empress and the Temperance card, the Magician. And you have all of this going on for you as well in the background. And maybe, there is just some new truth or old truth that is coming to light that is just going to bring you through something that might feel like it set you back for a little bit, but you really aren't to worry, because everything is going to be perfect again. In fact, it's going to maybe sort of upgrade you to this next level. Okay, this next level here. All right, so do appreciate what you have. You will be able to plan and see your way out of any trouble that comes your way. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of any truth that is coming to light, or saying something that may bring this, bring in this past or this difficult transition into your life, because it's a way to move forward, and I think it's a way to upgrade. And that, I believe, is your soul message, group number 3. Okay, so that is all that I have for your reading. I really do hope that this has helped you in some way. I am wishing you and your loved ones peace and good health. So slán go fóill, which is bye for now in Irish, and I'm wishing you all the best. What do you do when you know you've missed out on the future you were meant to have? When every day is a trial, every task a poor reflection of the truth you wished you were living? You get on with it. I waited, and with the first breath of possibility, I jumped, sink or swim.